up, everybody? This is Shane Parker with the Grounded Hunter and November Warrior Outdoors. I wanted to kind of go over a little bit about the two patterns you see here behind me, which are the Predator Fall Gray and the ASAT. Been testing about 50 camo patterns over the last probably month and a half or so. And I want to give a breakdown on these two patterns in particular because I've had a lot of questions about them, about their efficacy and things like that. It's why you could say one pattern is more effective at the late season leaf off condition. These two patterns right here you see behind me, Predator, Fall Gray, definitely come out ahead of the ASAT. For the southern U.S., maybe parts of the Midwest and parts of the Mid-Atlantic, places like that where you get a lot of leaf-off hardwood conditions, cover is the most important thing you can have when you're trying to conceal yourself. I would say that the Predator Fall Gray just works better in those conditions. It's able to break up your outline, your shape, your form, and kind of vanish into the background, kind of on a broader scale than the ASAT is. The ASAT really struggled anytime you had shade. So midday, when you have full sunlight, or once the sun has come up, even if you have like partly cloudy, the ASAT performed really well. But once you had a loss of light, the first 30 minutes of daylight, last 30 minutes, maybe the last hour of daylight, or anytime you had really cloudy or closed canopy situations, the ASAT did what a lot of other patterns do, and that is basically turn into a dark object or a dark blob. If you look at these two different patterns, while they have the same kind of, hey, I'm going to use these different shapes, these abstract shapes, tree branches that are dark. Whereas this uses these abstract like curved shapes. What that does is all this dark that's on this pattern in that low light conditions just turns into a dark mass. It is just too closed off, even though it's open compared to some of the other more dense patterns. There's just too much black and dark brown on this pattern. The shapes are basically the same size, the same shape. They're very similar in color. Even dark brown and the black just kind of look, once you walk away 15 or 20 feet away, you can't tell what color they are. This pattern, the Predator, because of the shape, it's very non-symmetrical. Even though the shapes are kind of abstracting, there's distance between them. So they're not really close together and have this close proximity. This is a close proximity pattern. The patterns are very close in proximity to each other. They're very symmetrical. There's no like large areas of outer shape that kind of cuts out your shape. So this one actually closes your shape down once you get into that low light conditions. As far as my testing goes, the ASAT is going to fall mid-pack with a bunch of other patterns, whereas the Predator is just a step, 3 or 4 steps ahead of the ASAT in breaking up your outline. It's a very effective pattern. This is one of the top 4 or 5 patterns that I tested out. I wanted to kind of test this and see exactly what patterns will help you conceal yourself a lot better from the ground. Appreciate you guys watching. Again, I'm Shane Parker with November Warrior Outdoors and the Grounded Hunter.